Hi Tick, I just wanted to make a video about your comments about the NHS not being run for profit. You're wrong. The NHS is run for profit, even in the areas where it's still, although increasingly shrinking, areas that are still under public ownership. GP surgeries are run for profit. The GP surgery managers and the doctor whose surgery it is gets bonuses for the way it's run, which is why women are typically badgered for smear tests, because they get a bonus off the government for a percentage, for I think it's 75% or 80% that have compliance through smear tests, so they get a bonus for that. But there's also ideological reasons to do with wastage, and I would like an answer how you think the NHS wastes money, because I believe it does, but it's not. I don't believe it's the way you think or the way you would describe. I can give one example how it does waste money, and that is ideologically driven, and that is through antenatal care, maternity, sorry. They have currently called a RAG rating, a red, amber, green, and if the percentage goes above, is it 12.5 or 20? I forget the percentage, goes above, caesarean rates goes above this, goes into red, they end up losing money, losing bonuses. And this results in women that should have C-sections being pushed to have normal births and don't. This causes complications like cerebral palsy. This is a false economy. It costs each year the NHS £540 million in litigation, specifically in informed consent in gynecology, just in that one area. That will still be there even if the whole sector is privatised. My hospital is coming out of deficit, but only because it's understaffed. Even though it's privately run, there are some areas that cannot be made to run more cost effectively. You cannot run a theatre any more cost effectively. Companies bid for the supply of equipment. Now there is issues of equipment suppliers pushing treatments that aren't suitable, like vaginal mesh, Johnson & Johnson, but again a private company. If it was completely in public sector and it would proper screening and tests were done and proper safety audits, vaginal mesh would have been stocked 10 years ago. It has cost the NHS millions and costs women their lives, 54 suicides each year, and destroyed lives of pain and misery and suffering. America spends 3 times what we do on healthcare. America spends almost as much in admin as what we spend in healthcare. Our system is incredibly efficient. What wastage there is mostly done through ideological reasons, not through inefficiency by being by being publicly funded. American healthcare is great if you can afford it, but even with good insurance, the deductibles are thousands each year. Thousands each year. My wife had some issues. The GP surgery made a profit from the referral. The consultant, private company Health Harmony, made money, yet the hospital lost money because she had this procedure done on a general anaesthetic, and this is done purposely for ideological reasons, because it wants to be done an outpatient. Yet 1 in 4 women find this procedure very painful. Yet it does vary from hospital to hospital, but 7 to 10% of this procedure needs to be done in theatre anyway. So there is no money saving. Plus, women need to be paid for counselling. It's £70 to £110. I think it's £110 a session. There's litigation. bad backs, physio. It actually doesn't cost. There is no cost effectiveness. However, the hospital makes money by doing it in outpatient, not the taxpayer. The taxpayer ends up paying more. There's wastage through ideological reasons that will always be there, whether it's private owned or under the NHS. I'll give one more example before I go. Cervical cancer kills 3,000 women. 3,000 women get cervical cancer each year. It kills 900 women. The surgeries are paid bonuses for getting a percentage of smear tests done. There's advertisement on TV. There's literature done. Yet 22,000 women die from lung cancer each year. Yet we hear nothing. There's no real push to stop women smoking. There's no real push to get women to make sure coughs are tested. Everything in medicine is a cost-benefit analysis. And the fact is, hard decisions need to be made that aren't done for ideological reasons that will always be there. And I would like your thoughts on how the NHS wastes money and how it would be more efficient under the private sector, because the private sector will never have spare beds. The spare beds were taken away in the 90s during the Labour government, and now, lo and behold, we found out that we do need extra capacity in beds. COVID, because there will always be, or will always turn up an emergency that needs extra capacity in the NHS. Okay, thanks, bye.